You asked me a very important question. What is my concept of mouthpiece? And I learned this a little while ago when one of my good friends was making mouthpieces for me, and I noticed that I'm playing on too open a setup. It was right before I had to do my Vivaldi Four Seasons, and that's an awful lot of playing and a lot of hard stuff. And I noticed that I was biting my lip, I was working too hard. So I thought, why not have the mouthpiece put the reed where you're biting it to? So if you're starting with an open mouthpiece and you're biting it closed, if you're starting with a tip opening that's 110 and you're biting it to 103, let's say for sake of numbers, why not have the mouthpiece be 103? So I slowly took the mouthpiece and closed it up till it got to that point where I didn't have to bite it anymore. And suddenly I was able to go play the Vivaldi Four Seasons without biting too hard. And then it just extended how long I could play, how much work I could do. And so generally I prefer closer mouthpieces, but I try to find the combination of the length of the facing and the tip opening so that I don't have to press hard to play it, that everything feels easy. Well, the ligature has to facilitate all that because you're putting a reed on a mouthpiece and the ligature has to touch the reed in certain points where it just helps that vibration do that. If the ligature plays the reed too freely, then you're taking away from what you've tried to do in adding that kind of little bit of resistance into the mouthpiece. And some people who play resistant mouthpieces play free ligatures to kind of balance that out. Maury and I were playing around with ligatures and we found a ligature configuration which helps that concept with my mouthpiece. In other words, you put the reed on, the reed is going to vibrate. It's not making it too free or too tight. It doesn't choke it. It lets it have a resonance like on an open G. The resonance, that's the most resonant note. That's the note. That's the most resonant note on the clarinet. It's the first hole that the sound comes out of. It's the hole on the F. The F hole is where the G note comes out. I'm not biting, I'm not pressing, but it has a vibration and it's not flat. It doesn't sound like... That's where either the mouthpiece could be a little bit too open and too loose, or the ligature could be too open and too loose. So here's that nice resonance. In fact, I have friends that call me and they just say, play me an open G, I just want to hear it. It has resonance, it has vibration, it has a center, and I can then color it. Or so I can do all the different kind of sounds that are necessary to make my heart be open and not have to work as hard.